Alright, got another quick one here. This is a bit of a build proof of concept, just kind of brainstorming ideas. Build, not really fully fleshed out, but something that I thought was kind of cool, wanted to show off, and it is a LE damage tornado. The new tornado, it's tornado of, I believe, elemental turbulence. Something turbulence is the name. And then also Void Sphere of Rending Inquisitor. Now, Void Sphere of Rending, you may know, is a physical spell with base 40% converted to chaos, which doesn't really fit very well in an elemental damage build. But I was kind of inspired by some Penance Brand builds from last league where people were just kind of ignoring the fact that Penance Brand has 50% elemental conversion built in and just pretending it wasn't there and getting a lot of physical gain as chaos and making it a poison build. So my idea was to do basically the same thing, but kind of flip it. We're ignoring the part where this has chaos conversion built in, and we just have a lot of physical gain as elemental from things like added fire and auras and whatnot. But basically, Tornado is a duration skill. It has a cap of 3 on the new Transfigured one. You don't need to spam it all the time. You just need 3 up and you're good to go. And then Void Sphere is limited to 1, so you just need the 1 up and you're good to go. So it's like a high uptime combo where they're both just duration skills. I put them in the same 6 link each. And just kind of want to see what it would look like. So really quickly, a full DPS with 3 tornadoes and a Void Sphere in this POB right now is at 9.3 million. You can see the Void Sphere actually, even though it has that Chaos conversion kind of griefing it, still does quite a lot. It does um, over a third of the total DPS, about 40%, I'd say, which is not bad at all. Um, and then the other stuff, like it has RF for Inquisitor. We've got our Assassin's Mark, some Heralds. This is an interesting thing that I was shown that works. I had Zealotry in here initially, and I was trying to figure out how to do like Divine Blessing. Didn't really have room, couldn't really cast it for mana reasons, whatever. Someone mentioned you can do Herald of Purity with Guardian's Blessing, which Guardian's Blessing has 200% increased reservation. So it makes Herald of Purity a 50% reservation, but I was already doing that for Zealotry. And so by linking this to Zealotry, you do have to press the Zealotry and activate it kind of like a Divine Blessing whenever it drops off. But as long as you're on top of it, and the Zealotry in this case is actually instant cast, unlike Divine Blessings, which is cool. But as long as you're on top of it and you keep the Zealotry activated, you're kind of just gaining Herald of Purity for free, because otherwise I would have just been using the Zealotry. Kind of neat, cool interaction. Then it's got Determ Hatred, Defiance Banner, a Vitality, potentially Enduring Cry, and then just normal cast and damage taken shield charge shenanigans. And so here's the tree. Main things we are utilizing would be the Unnatural Instinct plus Militant Faith combo down here by the Scion. Basically, you want to get Militant Faith with good mods. So this one has LE damage and aura effect, which are like really, really good. And then also the Keystone for more spell damage per power charge. And you can see you get like a really high amount of devotion. So those mods really pop off. And then we're getting a lot of aura nodes. Energized armor here just kind of gives you a good boost to your armor at the cost of some ES, but we have plenty anyway. And then we're just getting some life and crit and all that. And then in the gear, so how these things are working, we're getting some damage from Wrathpith Globe since we're using duration skills. You're not spamming too hard, so the sacrifice 10% of your life when you're using skills shouldn't be too bad because you're not spamming. And then we've got Lori of Eternal Damnation, just a really good combo for defense. And then I've got Burden of Truth for a bunch of ES and 33% of damage bypassing ES, which is good with Inquisitor. And all things considered, this gear is like kind of juiced up, like a lot of high resist rolls. The resists were really hard to figure out. It's actually pretty overcapped now. I changed something, I don't remember what, but it was pretty tough for a while. The gear's kind of overkill. Like the one thing, the numbers on the build look pretty good. Decent life pool, 6.1k life, 1.9k ES. The Fizz max hit, LE max hits are both pretty good. The damage is decent, like 9 mils, not bad for what should be really high uptime. Movement speed is slow, but whatever, I don't care. Just shield charge is fine by me. And we've got pretty good recovery as well. But given the level of investment into the items, like a +2 scepter, Like I said, like this has suppression, double res, 120 HP. We got a corrupted lore weave. I mean, none of it's too crazy. Militant faith would cost way too much. Um, it's not quite strong enough. It's very very close, which is not quite strong enough for me to like get really really excited. Maybe some other stuff we find after the league start will change things. But yeah, it's like just a little bit short on either like having damage or maybe some crazy defense or something to really be like an insane starter. But it's very solid. It'd be very playable and like you could do end game bosses and stuff on this. But we'll see. It's something I'm gonna keep in mind for like maybe a second or third build if we find some other stuff to go with it that would work well, or just I want something else to do. But really, that's all I had for now. Is just kind of wanted to show it because it's a cool little idea. Uses one of the new transfigured gems, and another transfigured gem that got buffed this league, which I thought was already pretty good last league for like supplementary damage, and kind of doing it in an interesting way with taking a chaos skill and just making it do elemental damage and ignoring its chaos portion. But yeah, I don't know. Just wanted to show that one off. This don't worry about this one. This was me trying to simulate the new unique that they had teased, which it looks really good as a battle mage wand. As far as like battle mage weapons go, it doesn't get much better than that one. I forget the name of the one they showed off, but these are basically the stats it had. But unfortunately, battle mage still just kind of loses, at least for like physical damage abilities. It loses to like a good +2 scepter like this. It's very hard for battle mage to win. Yeah, want to share it. Thought it was cool. That's all I got. Thanks for watching.